What's up YouTube, it's Matthew here. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to share my screen with you all and I'm going to drill into Propstream and pull different lists for you all to target this year. I recommend that if you guys have Propstream, do the very same thing I'm doing in today's video and market to these different sellers. If you all are interested in Propstream, you can check my link down below. You get a 7 free day trial to try out if it's something that you want to do, want to work with. It's been a good thing to my business for sure, and I know it will be a benefit to a lot of you all wholesaling real estate. All right, make sure you all like this video, comment down below, and subscribe. All right, so I pulled up a random city, Louisville, Kentucky. And so from here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull up the standard list that you need to pull from Propstream. Everyone needs to pull this. And it is a tired, vacant landlord. Now, these lists are very, how can I say, it's very niche down. And at the same time, a lot of people target it because it's a popular list. But it's popular for a reason, because it gets a lot of deals. And so right here, owner occupied, you're going to put no. Vacant, occupant status, you can put vacant. Property characteristics. Damn, I'm kind of going fast. Okay. Residential. We'll keep this residential. Property types. I'm going to put single family. I'm going to put condo townhouse. I'm going to put multifamily 2 to 4. I'm going to put multifamily 5+. Right now, we're down to 3,300. All right. So that's a good list. MLS status, I don't care that I don't want it to be on market, so I'm going to put no. That didn't really change much. Ownership information. All right. I want them to own the property for at least 5 years, maybe 3. But and the reason why you put a higher minimum amount is because you want enough time to pass in order for them to realize their gain, right? You want to be able to work with a seller that can walk away with some money, that can pay off their mortgage. And hopefully in 5 years, their property has enough equity, have risen in value that much that they are able to comfortably sell this property. And obviously, we're targeting properties that are distressed. And so they may need a rehab. But even then, hopefully they have enough equity. And I know a lot of people don't talk about this because I do whenever I work with properties. I want it to be a win-win situation for everyone. And so I think that's something that's important for people to recognize and do. So minimum is, let's do 4 years for this. All right. And then from here, what I'm going to do, go to valuation and equity. Now, I want the minimum equity to be higher because, once again, I want them to have some sort of money. So I'm going to put 30% right here. And then from this list, I have a nice 1,200 properties, contacts that I can target to wholesale real estate to see, hey, are you willing to sell? Tired landlord. And then from here, you can skip trace on Propstream and things of that nature. Once again, check out my link down below if you're interested. But yeah, that's the very first list of vacant tired landlord lists. Now tired, I mean, it's only 5 years. You can also use quick lists and do tired landlords right here, but we don't have to do that. So the next list I'm going to do, so let me clear this out. We're still in Louisville, Kentucky. All right. And then what we're going to do next, we're going to look for the opposite. We're actually going to look for regular homeowners that just own their property for so long. While I was extensively doing wholesale real estate, most of my properties that I got, not most, I would say a good half of them were just by regular owners, right? Like I would even say, I would venture and say 70% of them were not from investors or landlords. They were from regular folks that sat on their property for a long time. They have enough equity and they never did any updates. And they're all like, yeah, it's time for me to sell. And so that's the type of property that we will be going for. So right here, I'm going to put yes, owner occupied. Vacant, occupied, I'm just going to, it doesn't really matter, um, but I'll just put occupied, right? This is the majority of people, actually. Now, with these other ones, I'm going to be super, super niche. I'm going to keep it residential. Let's just do that. MLS status, no. Ownership information. This is where I'm going to go a little bit higher on years ownership. Like people who owned it for like 15 years, right? That's the type of properties I want to see. Because a lot of my lists were from this type of fit this avatar of person, right? So 15 years. I may even go higher. I may be a little dangerous, but 20 years. Let's see, it brings it down to 8,000. Now, valuation and equity, if they own the property for 20 years, they better have a lot of equity. Well, sometimes people take money out of their property, so I'm going to go high. I'm going to put like 70%. And I know this list is large, but there are some properties here that people own and they just own for a long time and they have a lot of equity in it. And so this is a great list to target in real estate wholesaling in 2024. Just your regular owner occupied property, someone who lived in the property 15 plus years. Maybe they raised their kids in there and now they're looking to downsize, or they just never worked on the property and now the property needs so much rehab and they're not looking to do the rehab themselves, and so they're looking to sell. So this is the second list that I'm going to do, that I would do in 2024 if I'm wholesaling real estate. Now the next list that I'm going to do, because of the pandemic, the government put a moratorium to foreclosures. And since then, since we gotten out of the pandemic, that moratorium has been lifted. And so more and more people are getting notices that, hey, you're in pre-foreclosure. And so that's where an investor, a wholesaler can come in and see if there's something that they can do to help a situation and to buy a property. And so from here, what I'm going to do is you can look at quick list, and I put auction. It should be pre-foreclosure. Boom, there's your list, 1,400. That's a perfect amount of lists to target, to cold call that list, to see if they're looking to sell. But another way just to look at it, if you don't want to use this quick list choice, is owner occupied any, occupancy status any, and then from here, we're going to keep it residential again. MLS status, I don't want it on the MLS, honestly. And then pre-foreclosure, here it is. Now, notice of default. This is where that comes in. And so that's essentially it. If you want to drill it down even more, you can put ownership information. I'll put at least 5 years ownership. That drills it down. Valuation and equity. Hopefully they have some equity. If they have 30% equity, let's see. Okay, that's a great list. The target is very niche, and it's a great list to target. Or if you just want to target all of pre-foreclosures, just do that too. But if you're working on a budget and this is the amount that you want to work with, you can do that also. Now, the next list that I will target is going to be related to pre-foreclosure in some sort of way, but it's called zombie properties. So let's look it up. Zombie properties, there's 196. So zombie properties, they fit 2 criteria. So these are vacant properties, number 1. And on top of that, these are properties that are in pre-foreclosures. So you have these double whammy, these double layers of distress on this property. And this is a great list to target because usually these people are motivated to sell. And so that's another list to target. All right, you all, hope you all enjoyed this video on some of the best lists to target this year, 2024. On Propstream in your wholesale real estate business. Let me know if you have any questions. I usually answer them down below. Hope you all have a great year, a great 2024 wholesaling properties, and possibly using Propstream to find distressed properties and motivated sellers. Once again, if you all are interested in Propstream, check my link down below for that 7-day free trial. All right, talk to you all later.